Hi everyone, it's Car Chats with Melanie. I think that's what I'm going to call this. It's 20 to 9 on Tuesday, and if you watched the video that went up early hours of Wednesday morning, or possibly late Monday night, depending on when I set it to upload, I basically said I wouldn't be able to get out again tonight. But I have done, basically because I have to get out, I need to get out. Because of me going out and getting up every morning and like trying to keep myself busy in the mornings and like do all that, basically because of that it's putting a lot of stress and pressure on myself, and I can't cope with it. So my way of dealing with these sort of situations where I'm trying to force myself to be normal or have a normal type of life is I've got to come out for these drives and sit in my car and talk. I realised that today when I was like looking at all the videos I've been filming at night, which I haven't done even when I was at my worst, at my like most depressed, like a couple of months ago. I weren't doing that, and it's because of what I'm doing, like going to bed early, getting up early, making sure I have stuff to do outside the house in the mornings. And I know I'm only on day 2 of doing that, but it is putting me in a situation that people won't understand if they've never been through what I've been through or had anxiety or depression or anything really. So people are not going to understand it, and I'm going to try and explain it, I guess. But I mean, I'm not going to try and explain it, I'll just talk about as much as I can without being boring. But if I didn't come out tonight, tomorrow morning, like, probably I wouldn't last a week of doing what I'm trying to do. And I've only done 2 days, and it's hard to explain it. Like, I can't explain, like, a normal person who's had a normal life will never understand why me trying to have a normal life and like making myself go to bed and everything like that, and like having appointments to go to and things to do in the mornings, like keeping me busy so I'm not getting home till 2-3 in the afternoon, then keeping myself busy around the house, even though it takes me about an hour to like get over the shock of the morning. Normally I just sit there and don't do anything, and then I'm like, right, you've got to do some stuff, at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, then you can have an hour of doing nothing again, and then do a bit more. So I know I'm only on day 2, but I am struggling, and like I did manage to come out for a drive earlier because I said I would, but then when I got to my 2 places that are like my 2 main places, because I've got my oldest place and then the one I've been going to for a few weeks now, and then I've got the newest one. But I went to the, not my newest one, but the one I found before that. Couldn't go there, and then I came here, and this is like my old place where I always go. And this is the easiest. This is the one that really has anyone here, because when I came out now, I just went to the other place, not my newest place. It's going to get confusing. Location number 2. So this is location number 1. This is the one that I've been coming to for months, and I've done my nighttime videos here. When I come for a drive and I say like I'm parked away from somewhere, this is it. And then location 2's the one that I found, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. And then location 3 is the one that I found maybe a week ago. It's not, probably not even a week yet. So I'm at location 1. When I went out earlier, I went straight to location 2 because the view is much better than this view. This view is just, you're looking at most of it. At the other side of me, there's a field and something in the distance which would make it obvious to people who know this area where I am. So that's why I'm basically showing a tree bush thing. So I went to the second location, couldn't park, drove round to this one, couldn't park again, and then I thought, should I go to location number 3? But I thought, no, it's a really nice day, there's probably loads of people parked up today, and I'm not going that way to just basically waste time. So I drove home, and I've explained what I did in the video that's going up anyway, so I'm not going to talk about that now. I bet people are like thinking I'm talking to myself because I'm not even facing the phone. I'm like facing the traffic like an idiot. I was just having a drink, for the record. At least you get to see some pretty cars. I don't like this car, but I like the car after it. So yeah, if I didn't come out and I didn't make time to come out, I'd end up probably having a breakdown in a couple of days and like giving up on what I'm trying to do. So for my own sanity and for my own sake, and for me to try and build up to being able to do this without having to go out and go for drives or talk for a long time on videos, I've just got to realise that I'm struggling, and if I need to go for a drive, go for a drive. Obviously, because I want to get up at 7 tomorrow, it was 6, but I've decided to wash my hair tonight. That's why I can't stay out late and film a million videos. I need to leave here no later than 9 p.m. For the simple fact that I'm going to go and wash my hair, and I want it to air dry as much as possible before I use the hairdryer. I probably won't be asleep this side of midnight, but hopefully it'll be around midnight or just after, like last night. I don't want to have to keep washing my hair the night before. I prefer to wash it the day of, but I think because of how tired I am, I'm just going to have to do it, at least this time. I'll probably have to do it other times, but for now it's just so I can have that extra hour in bed. Even if I don't get the sleep, I'm just led there. It's better than not having that extra hour. So when I get home, it's straight in the shower to wash my hair. But yeah, at the end of the last video, I was like going off to do things, and I did. Well, first went and got changed, and then I was probably in my room for a while. Well, I didn't let myself sit down. I was like, if I sit down, I'll probably fall asleep, because that's how tired I was then. But also I felt like it's because I hadn't had enough to drink, so I kept myself busy, and then I started doing housework. I hoovered the house all the way from the top floor down to the bottom floor. Then I ironed 18 things, because it was 12 and then 6. Still not finished my ironing, but that'll get finished tomorrow. And then did tidying of bits and pieces away. I've got more housework to do tomorrow, when I get home in the afternoon, and I need to hoover it again and then clean the floors. I was going to clean the floor today, but I'd given up. But I've done a lot of other things, like I've been uploading videos and sorting videos out. Tomorrow's video sorted, next Wednesday's video sorted, and I've been uploading clips because obviously I'm on a break, which you wouldn't think, but the only reason I'm doing all these videos, even more than the ones I were doing when I was upset last weekend and things like that, is because of how I'm feeling. And like, if I don't come out and talk and like just ramble on, I'm just going to end up having a breakdown over trying to have a normal life and be a normal person, basically, which is ironic. It's all about learning how things make me feel, and realising what I need to do and what things I need to put in place to try and help myself. And that's what I'm doing. Like, one of the things I've always had to do, even when I've been very depressed, is come out for a drive. And as I've said in a lot of videos, that if I haven't been able to come out for my drives, I probably wouldn't be here. I couldn't be more honest than that. It's saved me in a lot of ways, and it's saving me now from having a nervous breakdown and like getting all worked up about being out of the house in the mornings, and like keeping myself busy and like trying to build a normality, I guess. It's like, there's been times when I've come out for a drive and I've been like, I need to like have at least 2 hours to myself before bed. And that's the same case tonight as well, that I'm going to have a couple of hours to myself as well. Like, this is a lot of pressure I'm putting on myself, but I've got to try and do something. And it might only last a week, and I might be like, I can't carry on, but I'm trying. And you know, you can't, if people at least try, you can't, if it doesn't work for them, they can't, you know, moan, because at least they've tried. And people then can't turn around and say you never tried, because I'm trying. This is what I'm doing. I'm trying my hardest, but it is taking its toll on me. And that's why the drives are happening, and the really long conversations and millions of like videos. And this will probably continue for a while if I manage to keep up with doing what I'm trying to do. it's draining me, like, mentally. It's just too hard. Like, normal people, it's fine, and but I'm never going to be able to have any kind of normalcy in my life until I can, like, get better and everything else, and it's a lot of pressure. If I keep going quiet, it's because I'm trying to drink a drink as well, because I'm quite thirsty. I'm going to film for a maximum of 20 minutes, because then I'm going to have to go home. I can't stay out too late. I've promised myself I'll try my hardest to get into some kind of routine, have appointments, go to meetings, do anything, go to the shop, just keep myself busy and out the house till at least 2 o'clock every day. If I could stay out later, brilliant. The only day I'm not going to do it this week is Thursday. I've got a lot to do at home Thursday morning, and I'm always out Thursday afternoon anyway, so that's the only day I won't do it. And then, of course, weekend, it'll take me all weekend to get over me trying to push myself during the week, so it's just hard. So I got a lot of housework done. I've got a lot more to do tomorrow. I'm going to have to write myself a list of important things, because my memory's just rubbish. Like, I went to the shop this afternoon before I came home, forgot stuff, was sat at home earlier, thought, right, I'll go shop, because I knew I was definitely going to come for a drive then, because it was out of the question until I decided I'd wash my hair tonight. If I weren't going to wash my hair tonight, I wouldn't be sat here now, I'd be at home thinking, oh my god, I've got to go to bed in about an hour. So I went to Tesco first. I left my house about going up for 8:10, because when EastEnders finished I had to go upstairs and get dressed, and then so it was about 7-8 minutes past 8 when I left. Then I went to Tesco, and then on the way there I was like, what am I going for? Could not remember, and I was like, oh, this is brilliant. Remembered olive oil when I was in there, because I forgot it the last 4 or 5 times. And I remembered one other thing that I went for, but I'm pretty convinced there's something else I was meant to get, and I just do not have a clue what it could possibly be. I'm hoping it's nothing urgent, and it shouldn't be. It's going to be so hard for me to go home and not make a cup of coffee, because I'm absolutely craving a cup of coffee, and I don't know if it would keep me awake or not. Like, I don't know if coffee has that effect on me. I know Diet Coke does, and I know if I ever drink alcohol and I have Diet Coke with it, that's it. I'm not going to get to sleep till 5-6 in the morning, because I'm going to be like on it. Like, it has a weird effect on me mixed with alcohol. Not that I drink, I've not drank since I was in Devon, and it's not possible for me to drink at the moment, but also because I don't drink anymore. Like, I did drink a lot last year, and I didn't really drink, but the stress I was under every time I went home from work, I would drink, which I never have done before, but I haven't had a drink since February. And then I was bloody hungover, and it weren't fun. Especially when you're away from home and you're there with a hangover, it's like, oh my god. And then my hangovers always get worse as the day goes on, so sometimes I'll wake up and I feel a little bit rough, but then as the day goes on, it gets worse. And I've always been like that, and I don't know why, but it's just pure evilness. But yeah, I really want a cup of coffee, because I love that smooth caramel coffee, and every time I see it, I keep thinking, honestly, convinced it says Smooth Criminal. And it smells amazing as well. I absolutely love the smell of coffee, but I don't like coffee, except for Starbucks coffee. Like, my favourite one is pumpkin spice latte, but I also love the eggnog latte at Christmas. That is what dreams are made of, that one. But I don't like coffee other than those, but I absolutely love the smell of it. And I was stood next to someone who was drinking a coffee on Monday yesterday. God, it feels like Monday was days ago. It's probably because I've done so much since. And I was just there thinking, oh god, that smells really good, I'd love to try some. Didn't want to ask them. Obviously they would have been like, are you crazy? but it just smells so good. So yeah, I absolutely love this smooth caramel coffee. I have a cup in the morning and sometimes I'll have one in the evening, but I don't have one. If I go home and have one and it's got me bouncing off the walls at 2 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep, I'm not going to be impressed. But I'm really craving it. Like, I can practically taste it and smell it. I would be tempted to make a cup just to smell it, but I know I'd drink it. Oh, and I've left a half-drunk one in my bedroom. I bet that's why I'm craving it, because it's in my room. Not that I'm in my room. Unless my room's outside by a road and I've got a bush in my room. If you're wondering what I'm drinking, I'm so thirsty. I'm going to have to drink a lot of water when I get home, which is probably going to keep me up all night. One last thing. I don't know if I said about the CD I bought. Yeah, I did. It's Barbra Streisand something. Don't know if it's Greatest Hits. Hold on, it's right next to me. The Essential Barbra Streisand. You'll probably see me in this. I got this. What's with the reflections? Look how many songs are on it. So I put it on this morning. Woman in Love, absolutely love. Guilty, I've had that on for days anyway. Love it. And then I was skipping them. I was like, listen a bit, skipping them. Then I got to Tell Him. I've literally listened to Tell Him probably 20 times since this morning. Anyone who I'm driving past, I feel sorry for, because not only have they got Celine Dion and Barbra Streisand blasting out of them, they've got me singing along, making it sound like someone's strangling a cat. I cannot get enough of that song. This is the problem with me. When I got a song that I absolutely love, I'll play it about 50 to 100 times, then I'll absolutely hate it and don't play it for about 3 years. That is normally the case for me. I'm not exaggerating. I literally will do that. But I've not even listened to CD2. Don't even know a lot of the songs. I love the Guilty album, I'll be honest. I love the Guilty album. I can't even... I'm reading it through the camera for some reason. I should just look at it. I don't know many of these songs. I'll probably know it if I put it on. Oh, I want to listen to No More Tears. Enough is Enough with Donna Summers. I'm going to have to swap CDs. I'm going to have to listen to it one more time and then put it on. I'm addicted to Barbra Streisand. But yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. I must have listened at least 20 times. I know I listened to it 3 times on the way to where I went this morning. Then I listened to it at least 3 more times to another place, and then probably 4 times, and then I came up to the second location. I listened to it on the way there, and then I listened to it on the way here, then I listened to it on the way home, then I just listened to it all the way to Tesco, and then I listened to it all the way to the second location, and then all the way to here. So I've listened to it a lot of times, and every time I drive past someone, like in another, who's like in the next lane to me, and they've got the window open, or yeah, if they've got the window open, and they normally just look at me and they're like, oh my god, and I'm like, oh god, I hope I don't know them. I have like shut up a few times when I know they would definitely hear me, but I don't know, like I even forgot about the song, and now I just can't get enough of it. I'm just like murdering it basically, because they're singing it really well and I'm just there like can't even reach the high note, so you can just imagine how bad it's sounding. But you know, it should have been a trio instead of a duo. No one would have bought it. So yeah, it's been my highlight of the day, actually, listening to that song, because I absolutely love the song. But I'm going to go home, straight in the shower, wash my hair, get pyjamas on, watch something, chill out for a couple of hours, and try and like get myself okay enough to do it again tomorrow. I am struggling. Done 2 days, feel like I've done 20 days. I'm not even joking about that. So I'll be out for a drive tomorrow as well. I've done a ridiculous amount of miles in a couple of days as well. I can't tell you because I can't put my key in the ignition, but it's a crazy amount of miles. And I thought, when did I put petrol in? And I'm like, oh my god, I did it Sunday night. I've done something like 83 miles, and that's because I'm having to come for these drives as well. So I'm going to leave it here and I'm going to go home, and Wednesday's video will be up tomorrow, and then the second video from Saturday and so on. I keep talking about it. I'm just going to keep putting these rambling videos up because it's helping me in a way to get over pushing myself.